Okay, welcome back. Fields of Fire. It's a damn good game. Damn good game. Um, yes. So we did the first mission using our new updated 40K conversion, and everything functioned fine. Why wouldn't it? It's just a visual alteration at this point. Um, It's still the same great Fields of Fire gameplay you know and love. And so I had it do a few more updates. Basically, every token has now been updated as far as the uh, Militarum and the Trader Guard are concerned. And I also have it now starting to. Well, okay, so we updated now that we have proper staging area cards instead of just say Normandy on them. And the backs of the terrain also say Ruined Agri-World, because that's where we're playing, not Normandy. And I also had it just alter the color scheme of all these reference sheets and stuff, just to suit our kind of darker, grim dark color scheme rather than just like military beige camo. Um, is it less readable now? Maybe. Maybe slightly, but still perfectly readable. And I think it looks pretty slick, so that's fine. I have it right now in the background working on a mock-up of redoing the campaign log and the command display, but I haven't implemented those yet. It'll be obviously a similar color scheme, a color scheme really not conducive to being printed at all. you know, very lots of black, dark colors and stuff. But for TTS or for a digital thing, it's perfectly fine. But so now, for now, we're still a little bit in Normandy, just a little bit. I also have had it starting to work on converting into the Normandy mission book into the Ruined Agri-World mission book. So this is the Mission 1 Tithe Road Offensive. Basically copying everything over and just converting a few things to fit 40K. It's very much like a placeholder, a lot of text here and stuff referencing the source material still, just because I was concerned that I'm going to get a little lost in the sauce. So I actually have kept the Normandy one here as well, just in case. But yeah, otherwise, it's not bad. It's not bad. Codex at the very least tends to have this very default style. And I've noticed now, I've seen some other programs and stuff pop up in like the BGG files section. Like, hey, I made this campaign tracker for this game, and you load it up, and it's like, yep, this was 100% made with like Codex for sure. You can just tell these things now. You have to kind of go out of your way and really instruct it to have a different style of your own creativity. This was just a placeholder, so I'll probably alter it because I don't love this kind of default style either, because it uses it for everything. And I think I'd rather have it match this because this is at least a bit more unique. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's all the same tables, event tables and stuff. It's just certain names or things are altered, such as the packages here. So you see it references like belt-fed auto guns, which I had it rename the heavy bolter to the LMG, heavy stubber team, belted ammo, long las sharpshooters instead of snipers, and blah blah blah, heavy las cannon. And it still lists the source for me, so I know that the heavy las cannon is meant to be the Flak 36 AA gun and stuff like that. But otherwise, yeah, perfectly functional. And then we have mission 2, the Black Bow Offensive. It's cool. The traitor regiments are falling back, but command warns that disciplined reinforcements are moving into the Black Bow shelter belt. Its dense alien orchard, shattered irrigation works, and abandoned greenhouse frames form a natural fortress across the regiment's flank. The company will gain and maintain contact. Clear the shelter belt and deny the enemy time to establish a permanent line. Expect the first blooded airborne positions to be concealed and already dug in. You know, it's cool. It's cool shit. It helps that just like 40K is just like such a natural fit for like a World War II era game. Right. But before we get to mission 2, we have to finish cleaning up mission 1 and spend our XP. Check for new PDM. Okay. Does that remove? Oh, that moves the thing. I wonder if that moves all the exposed. I should actually probably use that in the future. Yeah, there's also markers you can put down to note that you have checked the enemy activity. So you just put this on all of them, and then you just say, okay, this one's complete. You know, I don't really usually need that, but again, later on when you have like 6 enemies on the board, I could see it being a little bit of a nuisance. All right, so let's the only sort of supplementing and reinforcement we had to do was the one squad 1-1 ended up with a green step, and that's fine. That's fine. Put third platoon over here. 3-3, 2-3. Where is 1-3? Okay. Where is... Oh, yeah, 2-1. 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. Yep. The arty box. The heavy bolter. Truly belongs to second platoon. 1 missile. 2 missile. 3 missile. Yep. And our Jeep. Trusty Jeep. And that looks correct. Okay. Now if I click next mission. Well, before we do that, so we tallied up 22 XP, so let's spend that. As mentioned, we want to get every one of these HQs up to line experience at least. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. We're just going to do that right out the gate. And that brings us down to 7. We can't promote anyone more than once in the same sort of mission end. So now it would be a question of who else we want to promote to veterans. I kind of like promoting like the ATs to veteran. Then if we call for them to attempt at a grenade launch or something, they could at least can draw 3 cards. Also, you know, they're handy to just move around and spot with. You can do platoons. It's just pricier. We'd have to get... There's a little table at the back of the campaign book, or the back of the rule book. Basically, we'd have to convert 2 of them to be veteran for the squad to be a veteran. You don't have to necessarily promote all 3, just 2 of them, but still that's 6 XP to get 1 squad to veteran. It's just cheaper to do it to the ATs. So let's promote first AT and third AT to veteran status. Reset all our ammo and fire missions and everything. That leaves us down to 1 XP. For 1 XP, auto infiltrate's not bad. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have the fuck it. Let's give the I do prefer general initiative. I think it's just kind of handy to have. But I'm gonna give the first sergeant an auto infiltrate. Let him be a little bit more of a commando badass. Oh, it actually did it auto remove these greens for me? That's pretty handy. Otherwise, I think we're all set, and that's our XP spent. All right, then we're on mission 2. Maybe I should just click next mission, though, and see what it says. Reconstitute using lat aims. Before going to the next mission, ensure newly acquired skills are on the skills purchase mat. Okay, here you go. Yeah. Okay. Well, it sort of moved all my shit where I had it set up, but alright. These guys. Torox, Artie Vox. Autocannons, heavy bolter, mortar section. First platoon, 1 missile, Artie Vox, autocannon. Second platoon, well, before we decide that. Okay, so let's see. The second mission, this is 4 columns by 5 rows. It's a much bigger map. We have to secure the primary and secondary objectives and clear rows 1 through 4. We have to clear every row. 1, 2, 3, 4, all these. 16 cards we have to check and clear. It's going to be time consuming. And then secure the primary and secondary objectives, which are on row 5 of our choice. You know, and it's an interesting thing of like clearing the primary objectives. I suppose I'd pick probably the less defensible ones, since we have to secure them. We want them to be free of enemies. If we put it on the Imperial Shrine, that's going to be a lot harder to clear an enemy off of. So we're going to put it on the 2 Blighted Groves up there. It doesn't really matter. I mean, we still have to clear all these rows anyways, so we're going to be definitely spread out. It's just at the end, we'll be going up to that right corner. So, primary objective, secondary, and attack position. 1, 2. We'll put the attack position on the windbreak, the woods up on the hill. I have to clear it no matter what, so may as well just put it there. We have A's in row 5, 3 to 4 is B, and 1 to 2 is C. So we have 2 rows of C, which means we're probably not going to have that much contact on the first 2 rows. They should be pretty easy to clear. Yes, I mean, you can get horrendously unlucky, but there's only so many contact cards in the deck. They're under hasty defense with line experience. That's good. We have 6 blooded airborne squads in the draw pool for whenever we need a random squad. So that's what's in here. And otherwise, we're good to go. We have the artillery Vox and the mortar Vox. So we do have the battalion heavy mortar platoon in play. And we do have the battalion fire missions. The artillery battery. So, again, that means that, from what I understand, you don't call in the artillery battery. You don't call in the battalion fire missions. It's just if you get the triple explosion symbol when you're calling for a fire mission, you can choose to make it a battalion fire mission. I'm going to double check that because it's kind of new to me. Yes, this is... You do not specifically call for a battalion fire mission. You call to fire for a standard HE or WP fire mission. If you CTF on those agencies and you get a 3 burst card, you'll be able to place 2 additional pending fire mission markers. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So it's 105 millimeter. Yeah, okay. So we'll have to keep an eye out on that. Well, then it doesn't matter too much. We gotta secure everything. There's a blasted crop row up on a hill, which means that whoever is gonna take this is gonna have some pretty decent line of sight. You're gonna have line of sight. Well, you have line of sight all the way up here. You have line of sight out to 3 cards. Usually you don't have firing range, but you can call for artillery or something from all the way up to the fortified crop berm, or out to the irrigation cut, or to this irrigation cut. So this is probably where we want our artillery box. So that's fine. We can put them there. That'll be good. But that means we're going to want to take this relatively quickly. We're going to put... we'll put 3rd platoon over on the end. I'm going to put most of 2nd platoon here. I'll put 1 unit here, just in case. We'll put the CO, XO here. I'm going to put the 1st sergeant here with the Jeep. 3rd missile. Mortar section belongs to the 1st, but I think we're going to change that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the heavy bolters with the 2nd. 2nd autocannons with the 3rd. Yeah, we're gonna put the mortar section with this. Nah, we don't really want to stack 2 3s, but I also... Yeah, all right, we'll put him with the 3rd. The XO's there and can remotely command it if need be, so we'll put it with the 3rd. Okay. Yeah, I like that it does set up all the fire support for you automatically, which is pretty handy. And it tells you what the battalion fire missions are enabled for the 105 millimeter. Other than that, I think we're good to go. Yeah, all right. So we start by having the CO activated, blah, blah, blah. He's now line, so we're at no contact. He gets 6. Yeesh. Well, he's activating everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's really no reason not to build up some commands. Now they can hold up to 6 as line HQs, so that's nice. Nah, this is absolutely where I'd want to send an assault team. That's a very vulnerable spot. So I'm just going to hold his last one. We'll have the XO activate. He gets 3. Again, we're at no contact, so +1. The XO is going to... This one's pretty defensible. I'm just going to send 3-3 in. And I'll hold. First sergeant gets, 6. All right, he'll peel off an assault team and send him in. That's 2. First platoon gets 4. Blighter Grove, not super defensible. Yeah, not super defensible. All right, assault team it is. Great. So that was 2. Second platoon gets 3. Honestly, not much. I think you're holding. And then third platoon gets 4. Also not incredibly defensible, especially if it's like an incoming or something, which C is sort of likely to be. Yeah, I already sent in 1 troop there, so yeah, we'll peel off. Oh, whoops. Not a fire team, an assault team. Okay, and that was 2. All right, standard kind of first turn as far as I've observed. Maybe there's just a better strategy, but I don't know. It's the only real discussion I think is like whether you want to send in the full squad or just an assault team. Sending in more than 1 unit, there's just not much benefit. It's not like more units firing at the same level, like, increases the potential damage or anything like that. It really just makes you more vulnerable to cluster troops together. I do think that probably for, like, orcs or something, I do want to put in a mechanic where, like, the more, like, boys you have on one card shooting, even if they're at the same VOF level of, like, small arms or something, like, basically for every extra boy, it goes up 1 level. So if you have 1 boy, it's small arms. If you have 2, it's automatic. If you have 3, it's heavy weapons. Or, no, 3 would be, like, -2. So I'd have to put in a new kind of token for that for -2 VOF. But then if you have 4, it's heavy weapons. And it's just more DACA, you know? Like, it actually matters to have more DACA. I think that's good for orcs. I like that. All right, then general initiative 2. Okay, could be better, could be worse. I'd say the squad here is the thing I'm most concerned about protecting. All the other assault teams are somewhat more expendable. So let's protect the squad for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got cover. Basic cover +1. Something. Honestly, I think this assault team is pretty fucked no matter what, so I'm not inclined to help him out. I think we're gonna go for this guy over here. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Okay. Alright, so be it. Then we tick all the way down to potential contacts. There's not much else happening on the first turn. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 3, so it's going to be the Ashen Windbreak. And to C, no contact right now, which means 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. No contact. Clear. Next out of 3, it's going to be number 3, the Crop Berm. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did get contact. It's out of 10. That's a 5 on the C package. That is number 2 incoming. No, long last sharpshooter, a sniper. At max line of sight range, unspotted in basic +1 cover. So we need placement, which is I think that's left front. That's gonna be here then. Not very far. So we need a long last sharpshooter. here. Not here. In basic cover. Unspotted, which is here. Alright, now snipers are pretty dangerous, as you would imagine. Because they actually put down a -3 VOF. They also don't abide by the traditional hierarchy of enemy activity. They have their own column. So if they are in good order, unspotted, they won't do anything special. If they are in good order and spotted with opposing units in line of sight and they're not in a field fortification or something, they will fall back. And if they are out of line of sight at that point, they will immediately become unspotted again, which is unlike basically every other unit. Yeah, they're pretty nasty. Because they also get a modifier to for spotting. So he's undercover and he's a sniper, so that's -2 already. Thankfully he's not on like, oh no, he is. He's on a +3. That means it's a -3 total. But you always draw at least one card, so we just need to throw a lot of spot attempts on it. Alternatively, we could drop white phosphorus on him. Because you can call white phosphorus onto an unspotted card. It's one of the very, very rare times. You can target a card with unspotted enemies for a white phosphorus fire mission. That is one of 3 cases where an unspotted enemy can be affected by a friendly VOF. You can also hit him with a battalion fire mission if he's one of the adjacent cards to the one you're actually calling in. But you can't call the normal fire mission in on him. Unless it's white phosphorus. We only have one of those, but it's a good use for it. He also could fall back potentially onto a card that has a VOF on it. I think. Yeah. But anyways. That was that. So now we're at contact, of course. So now we have 1, 2. It's going to be 2. So the crop rose and contact now. We're down to 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Of course, we got it again. So out of 10, that is a 7. Which is going to be 3. Support weapon nest. Belt-fed autogun team in foxholes or a heavy stubber team with 8 ammo in foxholes. Okay, so it's out of 2. Okay, it's the LMG, which means they're unspotted in foxholes. We have to draw again out of 10 to see if they're point blank or not. They are not. We have to determine direction of placement. That's a 5, so that's left front. So we have a belt-fed autogun with ammo. Belted ammo. 6. In a foxhole. With unspotted. To the left front. Which, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to draw terrain here. Oh, good. He's on a hill, too. He's up in an orchard on the hill. Okay, great. He is firing this way. Oh, wait. Put that in the wrong spot. Oh, then never mind. He wouldn't be up on the hill, would he? No, he would still be up in the hill. We had to draw to see if he went on a hill. He got lucky. He's on the hill. Okay, so he would be here? There's no snapping here? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Good enough. Okay, there he is. And that means we have, of course, an automatic weapon VOF. Now, a silver lining is if an enemy is ever placed and is shooting through a potential contact marker, we remove the potential contact marker. Because he would never shoot through his own allies like that. Alright. Well, that's bad, but now we're at engaged. So last one. This is only 2 cards. 1, 2. Clear. Could be worse, but it's pretty bad. Thankfully, you know, it's just assault teams, so they're somewhat expendable. All right, then we're going to tick down to combat effects. So we'll start here. He's going to deduct an ammo, and this is total of -3. As I said, he's pretty fucked. Yeah, I mean, he is up on a hill here, but that doesn't affect it. He can see up to his own elevation. He just couldn't see past it. But yes, anyways, -3 overall. Hit on a line unit, paralyzed. Not a big surprise there. Okay, and then here, this is also quite bad. It's -5 +2 for a -3. Hit on a line unit, casualty. Well, them's the breaks, I suppose. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's war. What do you expect? So then we go to the cleanup phase, in which case I think he shifts fire because there's no valid targets. Yeah, so we clean up. It does remove all exposed. Okay, that's pretty handy. I'll have to remember that. So he shifts fire, which means that... Also, I never put a PDF here. He needs to prioritize... I think he prioritizes HQ more than anything. Then I think he targets the one with the most steps on it. Card with HQ, staff, or leader present. And then card projecting the strongest, lowest VOF. Well, he's not projecting any VOF. So I guess it would be random then between these two. 1 or 2. It's 1. So yes, he is going to shoot here, which means that overwrites this automatic VOF. But it adds the dreaded crossfire. He's pretty fucked. But we could have the first sergeant rescue him. But then if we remove a unit from here and there's no units here, he'll switch fire. But that's probably okay, because he won't be able to hit anything then. And this guy is a full squad undercover. And I'm probably going to move in more stuff. I think this is okay. Okay, turn 2. HQ, event, no, nothing. CO activates, draws. He gets 4, so he's up to 5. He's probably gonna just activate everybody. Done. XO gets 4 more. Where the hell is the XO? He's up to 6. Okay, the XO. This is open. we gotta deal with the sniper. I don't really want to send in any sort of HQ. But that's sort of the problem, is I kind of need an HQ in there to spot. But I can't infiltrate because neither one of these is under a VOF. So whoever I put out there is just fucking exposed. I could, however, send someone here. Yeah. I could send someone here, in which case they would be able to command the lasgun squad to move up onto this card. And then he would prioritize them on his own card, which is probably for the best. Yeah, I suppose. Fuck. Dare I risk the XO? I mean, the XO is not required, right? I actually started watching Band of Brothers because I'm on this, World War II kick. And it was cool to see, like, okay, I know a little bit about how, like, a company works, like a rifle company and stuff. So, okay, he's in charge of first platoon and, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, who's the XO? And like, they don't have one. I looked up on Wikipedia, and no, for D-Day, they didn't have an XO. They didn't get one till later. So it wasn't like a required position apparently in the military. So yeah, he's expendable. So all right, he's gonna spend one, and he's gonna move into this basic cover here, and get hit with exposed, and hope for the best. And then he's going to order the lasgun squad up here to now be exposed, which is quite risky. But no, I cannot infiltrate here. There's no VOF affecting this. There is now, however, because he... Well, no, he won't shift fire yet. No, yes, he does. His PDF changes immediately. So there's no longer a PDF here. This goes back to automatic weapon fire, no crossfire. And there's now sniper fire on this guy. Which seems kind of dangerous, actually. -5 when there's only +3. But depending on general initiative, we might be able to do some stuff there. Also now the XO, who has some actions, he is at 4, and this music is going hard. A little too hard. Okay, this music track lasts for literally like 40 minutes. The XO is going to attempt a spotting attempt. As mentioned, this is basically just one card. But it's what we got. He can exhort. Got it. Didn't even need it. Okay. Spotted. Alright, then he immediately opens up fire, which is small arms fire, of course. And now, during the general initiative, we could potentially call for a grenade attack to really flush his ass out. Because the snipers, yeah, if they are spotted, if they're spotted and not in a field fortification or something, they will fall back. That doesn't change much. He'll fall back to one of these two. Doesn't really matter. They're both +2 for him, but probably this one then. I don't know if he'll take this into account, but maybe he would. So probably he'll fall back here. Since he's the only unit on this card with a token of ours, our fire will actually follow him back. So he'll go here with small arms fire, no cover, and exposed. So we'll have a +0 on him. Meaning that there's not much point in trying to grenade attack. The best thing he could do is search for cover, which could be like a strong building, which would be really nice. So yeah, we might be able to pop this sniper this turn when he moves to be exposed. And hopefully this doesn't result in too much. We are actually currently heavily engaged. Probably not for too long, but we are heavily engaged. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm pleased enough with the XO. He has done all I could ask for, really. The XO cannot call for artillery, but like the HQ can. Otherwise, I would probably... I don't know if I would have attempted that, but maybe. Maybe I would have attempted that first. But otherwise, he's fine. First Sergeant gets another 5. Putting him at 9. Which is good, because he's definitely going to attempt some shenanigans here to try to rescue our boys. He is going to try to infiltrate onto this card under a VOF. So he gets 3 attempts, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. No go. He's going to exhort. No go. Fine, then fuck it. He'll auto-infiltrate. I don't know if I'm allowed to use that after I draw, but... fuck it. That's what I say. Fuck it. So he auto-infiltrates. He's now going to... oh, I think I exhorted, right? He's going to attempt to rally this guy for his third action. So this is 3 cards for looking for rally. There it is. He's rallied. We're going to ship him back to here for 1. And then we're going to vacate this card ourselves for 1 more. It was at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll spend 1 more to rally him back to a litter team. Dude, first Sergeant rescuing those assault teams that get fucked over. It's awesome. It worked out well. So that means there's no longer a VOF here, and he's no longer exerting a PDF. So that means during enemy activity check, he will be removed from play as long as we don't move here again. Good. This is not going too badly, I would say. First platoon activates. Yes, thank you. Reshuffle. He gets 2. Bumping him up to 4. Now, yes, I'm always tempted to squad move everybody, but I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. I'm going to move a few things, though. I'm going to move the Artie Vox here so that the first sergeant of the HQ can activate him. We want to get him here next turn. So that was 1, and then I'm going to squad move... I'm going to squad move you, 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 and you. And that was 2. And then for my last action, we're going to ship the assault team up here. Again, he does not have line of sight. Actually, fuck. I'm gonna throw in... sorry. Fuck. Yeah, I can only move the assault team. I would like to trigger this. Alright, yeah. Send that guy in. Okay, done. Second platoon. Wow. Gets 5 more, up to 8. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. I'm not gonna squad move everybody, but I'll squad move these 4. It's risky. I mean, anytime you're moving multiple units up, it's just risky. But that was 2. We do technically open up. No, we would not open fire. No, sorry. Not while I have a friendly there. Yeah, okay, that's it. I guess we'll hold 6. Third platoon gets 4 more, up to 6. Probably a somewhat similar thing. Yeah, we're gonna squad move you, the mortar section, 2-3 las gun. I think that's fine. Let's do that. Okay. Actually, no. We will also put in the 1-3. All exposed, and we're gonna order then the. So that was 2. We're gonna order the third squad to pick up this casualty. Now, picking up casualties makes you exposed, but it doesn't require that you be unexposed. Yeah. 3-3. Oh, you removed all my smoke? Oh, I gotta reassign all that shit? Okay, I'm not gonna do that again. Well, I don't think I can not. Yeah, fuck. I wish it didn't do that. Okay, well, the same sort of thing. I guess I'll cheat then, and we're gonna give 3-3 the HC smoke. Okay, that's everything. Yeah, so we're gonna have 3-3 here. He could pop smoke instead of trying to find cover. Potentially. We'll see. You should be marked as exposed. Whoops. Alright. Then we're on to general initiative. Just 1. So then, yeah, it's either find cover or pop smoke. I'm inclined to find cover. 4 cards is pretty likely. It's in a village. It's going to be good cover. I think it's just better. 1, 2, 3, 4. God damn it. Well, that's what I get. That's what I get for gambling. I'm an idiot. Okay, well, that's it. Enemy HQ event. Nope. Enemy activity. Technically, they don't affect one another in any way, but we have to draw because that's how the process works. So 1 or 2. It's a 1. He has he's not under fire. He has no line of sight to any opposing unit, so he automatically is removed. And we put a PC marker there, which would be a C. There you go. Okay. And, that's what we want. That's how we want to do it. Then the sniper is spotted and not in cover with line of sight, so he will now fall back. Again, like I said to this card, as far as I'm aware, he'll try to fall back to a card that's out of line of sight, but that doesn't exist here, so... right. So then he'll prioritize the card with the highest cover value, cover and concealment value. And I'm just not sure if this +1 here is lesser value with the draw part of it. I don't know if that contributes to it, but I would assume so. All right, he is still opening fire though, and we are now firing upon him. So we watched him move. So that's what's happening there. It's still pretty bad. It's quite bad. We'll see how it goes. That's all for enemy activities. So next would be capture and retreat, but there's not going to be any of that. Potential contacts. Yes, we have 2 potential contacts. We are no longer heavily engaged. We're just engaged. 1 or 2. It's going to be 2. The Tithe Worker Hamlet. We draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Nope. And then the other one, the Windbreak. 1, 2. Contact. Fuck. Okay, out of 10, it's a 9 on C. Whoa. That is number 9, Airborne Maneuver. So, Blooded Airborne Section Infiltration Attempt. They are spotted, assuming they fail the infiltration attempt. So, they're not placing a PDF. Yeah, I mean, they will eventually. I think during the cleanup phase, they open fire. But basically, we are spotting them potentially. Yeah, at the end of the turn during the cleanup phase. So we need to determine... Let's determine their direction first. Okay, so it's dead ahead, so it's going to be in the Blighted Grove. It's going to be one of these guys. Airborne Mix, AS, out to long range, here. And then we need to determine if they successfully infiltrate or not. These are line units attempting to infiltrate, so they get 2 cards. And we're looking for the infiltrate symbol. They did not get it, so they are spotted. And I believe they're also marked exposed. If we go back, it's not going to be here. If we go back to this book. Yeah. Place the enemy unit on the card out of cover marked as exposed. Now, the unfortunate part of that is that we really don't get to benefit from their exposure. He's an assault team, so he can only fire point blank, and he's already preoccupied with the sniper. If we had any unit here, maybe, but I don't think we'd shoot through. We wouldn't shoot through our friendly, so No. They're fairly vulnerable, but not super vulnerable, because the exposed is going to go away. But oh well, it is what it is. Okay, then, of course, we fire. So here he's got +2, -2. He's got 0. Let's draw the 0. It's a full miss. Full on fucking miss. The best card he could have possibly drawn. Pretty much. On our side, we got +3, -3, but then -2. So we're at -2 overall. Pinned. Honestly, about as good as we could have hoped for. Okay, then we can clean up. Assuming that does all the things I want it to do. His now switches to all pinned, so that's not going to help us much. We really need to get some heavy fire on this asshole. But keep in mind, I guess, during the enemy activities section again, he'll fall back again. So we can potentially keep pushing him back. Because if he moves, he would probably move here, I think. Yeah, he would move here, and then he would be out of line of sight. Unless we keep up the aggression, which is going to be a little hard to do. Not super hard. But since this is a hill, he would actually still be able to see there, so he wouldn't drop back there. If we get up on this hill, we'd be able to see here, and then he wouldn't go there, so he'd have to go here. But if we go here, then, you know, then I guess he would go here. But I mean, no matter what, he's gonna fall back because we didn't pin him down. We needed to get the pin there. That was kind of unfortunate. There just isn't really a good way to stop a sniper from falling back, and just keep sniping you, which is annoying. All right, new turn. Event, no. COHQ activates and gets 1. Fuck. That's pretty bad. I can't activate the XO because he's undercover. So I suppose we're going to activate the First Sergeant. I love the First Sergeant. I love him. First Sergeant draws, gets 5. Hell yeah, he's up to 9. +1, yeah, 9. All right, well, he's rallying this back to an assault team, so that's 2. We're going to supplement the 3-2 squad with the assault team, so that's another 1. Then I guess I'm going to move... I can't platoon move or anything. So yeah, it'd be 1, 2, and then 3. 1, 2, 3, and that would be the max that he can spend. Which is fine to save 3 because he won't be able to be activated next turn, so he'll just have +1. He'll have 4 next turn, but that's fine. Also, before I forget, he is now firing. He is... Actually, I think he's going to prioritize this card, right? If we go back to the enemy firing priorities, I think they favor the one that has the most steps. Card with most friendly steps, which would mean me. Random if equal. So yes, he is going to prioritize this, meaning that he gets a crossfire, which does not make me happy. Yeah. Okay, So what I think we want to try to do then... Okay, we'll do it this way. Well, okay. The XO activates on his own. So he gets +1. He's at 4. We'll worry about the platoon. Let the platoons worry about themselves. I think the XO is gonna move here. For one, I think he's gonna try. He's gonna have the artillery call in a fire mission here because we have line of sight. So, yeah, that's 3-card draw for my second action. 1, 2, 3. Didn't get it. I'm gonna go ahead and exhort. Still didn't get it. All right, 1 left. The first platoon might get fucked on command draw. Like, he could end up with nothing. Or 1 or something, I don't know. So I'm going to spend my last one to have 3-2 go here. He's going to get marked as exposed. He is, however, going to open fire, and he prioritizes projecting the strongest, lowest VOF, which would be the sniper. Meaning that this goes back to small arms, and there's a crossfire. It doesn't matter. He's going to move. It is what it is. And the unfortunate thing is... they won't shift fire until we tell them to shift fire. But I think that's what I'm hoping first platoon does. All right, first platoon activates themselves. They get the smaller value, which is 3. Thankfully, it's not penalized. So they have 3. Now I can tell other units to shift fire, like even if they're not part of my platoon. That's not, yeah, it's any unit in communication, regardless of the chain of command. So we have to save an action to do that. Yeah, fuck. All right, for now, I'm going to send the autocannon. I wish I had more commands. I'm going to send the autocannon and myself, also both marked exposed. And then I'm going to shift fire here. That means there's no crossfire here, and there's no crossfire here. And this goes back to being all pinned. But this is now automatic weapon fire. The worst thing that would happen here then would be he shifts fire, which would hit a lot of units that are quite exposed. There isn't really a way for me to prevent that possibility, though. So the best thing that I could do now is have the first platoon HQ try to search for cover, because he's the one I most want to protect. Okay, and that was 3 actions. Second platoon activates himself and gets 4. Jeez, second platoon can do a lot. And we probably do want to do a lot. The sniper's going to fall back. That's not going to be a problem. This one might shift, which is a risk I could take. This is +3, so it's not too bad. I could move into cover. And then we could order shift fire. But you can't shift fire... Yeah, that's only if they're in communication. But there can only be one PDF extending from a card. So if I tell... Yeah, correct. So I could move the second platoon. I could even have him attempt to infiltrate here into cover. And as long as I bring someone else with me, or there's someone else under cover that I tell, because as soon as any unit like goes onto this card, they will start firing, assuming they're not the heavy bolter who can't fire while exposed. They will start firing along the PDF that exists here onto this card. If I tell them to shift fire, the ones that are under the cover with me, this guy will hear about it, even though he's technically out of verbal visual communication, and he will also abide and shift fire, because generally there can only be one PDF extending out of a card. The sniper is going to retreat no matter what. Because it doesn't matter if he's not under a VOF. His retreat is based on him being spotted and out of cover, and he is spotted and out of cover. Now, we probably would want to follow him so that he stays spotted, but he's dangerous. If I don't have a unit on this card and he falls back, he's going to fall back to here. No, but he won't fall back because he'll have line of sight then. So no, he won't fall back here. He'll fall back here. In which case, I wouldn't have line of sight on anybody. He wouldn't have line of sight on anybody. But he doesn't fall off the map if he doesn't have line of sight on anybody. He will just take no action. He doesn't get removed from play like a normal unit. So, yeah, they're really annoying. They're really annoying, which is why I'd kind of like to pursue him and just keep shooting, but it's dangerous. But that's why I think that I'm going to do... Well, it's risky. I mean, no matter what I do, it's risky. This card is under an active VOF. It's fairly well protected with the +3. I'd hate to just ditch the heavy bolter. We have a lot of actions, though. I'm going to play it slightly safe. Not super safe. In some ways, it's less safe. We're banking on this C not resulting in a contact, I suppose. So I'm actually going to send the heavy bolter here for one. If that ends up being a contact, that's quite bad for our heavy bolter team. But it's likely not to. It's a safer bet, whereas this card is actively under a VOF, and the heavy bolter cannot infiltrate. It's a tripod-mounted machine gun. It cannot infiltrate. So then I'm going to squad infiltrate into this cover. Which is 2 more actions. And all 3 of us attempt to infiltrate. Which is, yeah, we're all lined. So it's 2 cards for each one. I can exhort, but, you know... you know. Okay, let's have our HQ attempt first. He gets 2 cards. 1, 2. He did not. He's going to exhort for himself, and he does. Okay, that was the most important one. So he's not exposed. Which is pretty good. He's going to have a +4 versus the VOF here of -1. So +3 overall is pretty unlikely to be concerned. Next, we'll have the squad attempt to infiltrate. 1, 2. I'm not going to exhort that, even though I could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to save 1 to shift fire. So it's... Yeah, fuck it. Exhort it. Nope. Okay, so he's marked as exposed. Alright, and then the missile team. 1, 2. Also no. Okay, then we're shifting fire. So you are both exposed. Risky. Risky, you know, that's... They're gonna have a +1 overall. But yes, then we're shifting fire. So this becomes this. This becomes this. It's no longer an all pinned here, but there is a crossfire here. And that's that. Okay, that was second platoon. Third platoon activates themselves. They get 3 as well, so they're at 6. Um, it's risky business, man. It's fucking risky business, especially because, well, the fact that we have troops here means that he can't move here now. So he can't move here. He can't move here. He'd have to move here, but he can't move there. So no matter what, we have line of sight on him. That's both good and bad. Because that means he is going to shoot somebody. But I guess he would go here because it has the highest cover, which means that he would shoot at this card, which is bad. Yeah, we would have really preferred to rally this guy. Not enough where I want to like move my third platoon HQ onto this card just to rally him and move him forward, but maybe. I'm honestly tempted. We're going to spend 2 actions to move. Not the casualty. Oh, yeah, that's right. I had you pick up the casualty. Okay, so we're going to spend 2 actions. 1 to move the lasgun 2-3 up. And then another one to move 1-3 back here. We do want to evacuate casualties if possible. Okay, then I'm going to spend my third action to attempt to infiltrate onto this card. 1, 2. I will exhort. Fuck. Well, damage is done. It's quite bad. Then I'm going to attempt to rally this squad. We get 2 cards. 1, 2. No rally. I can exhort, but then he... Yeah, fuck it, exhort. Alright, we got it. That means under general initiative now, he can move forward. And I guess we're hoping. 2 general initiative. He's going to attempt to infiltrate onto this card. He can do that because you can infiltrate to a card with a VOF or off of a card with a VOF. So he's going to do that. He gets 2 cards. 1, 2. He got it. So he is here, non-exposed. This turns back. Well, this goes here. This turns back to this. There's no this. This PDF is gone. This is here. There's no crossfire now. And that's where we're at. Yeah, okay. That was 1 general initiative. I think the most important thing now would be for the 3rd platoon HQ to find cover. Or he could pop... Well, no, we could have... Who else is on this card and could pop smoke? 1, 2? No, 1, 2 has a rifle grenade. No one else has smoke. I could send the assault team in. That would actually cut it off. The assault team would almost certainly die. But that would be probably the single biggest thing to save lives would be to have him move in. So yeah, we're going to have him move in. He's going to attempt to infiltrate. He will get cut up by friendly fire. There's not much I can do about that. But 1, 2, no infiltrate. All right, so yeah, you are quite fucked. But we will, we'll put your name on a big wall, and the people back home, they'll look at that name and be like, wow, you must have done something real brave. And you did, son. Okay, so that means his PDF now goes here. Because they automatically switch if there's a target on their card. So now we just have this PDF here. We are heavily engaged, however, and we're going to stay heavily engaged for the PC, which means that these two Bs are going to be under heavily engaged, which is only 2 cards each. So chances are we won't draw any new contacts, which was quite handy. But the most important thing is we potentially saved a lot of lives, including 2 of my fucking HQs. This was a risky maneuver. I'm playing quite aggressively here. This damn sniper is kind of forcing my hand a bit. All right, that's everything. Enemy HQ event? Nope. Enemy activity. We got 1 or we got 2. It's going to be 2, so it's going to be the sniper who is going to fall back. He's going to fall back to the highest cover and concealment, which is here. He's going to be marked exposed for moving, which is great. And then otherwise, everything else stays the same. And we put a PDF here. So he's got -1, and he has +0. So it's relatively even. It's another sort of luck of the draw. But yeah, the squad's probably going to get hit. If not by him, then maybe by the contact. Who knows? Right. Then this guy. He is probably going to attempt a grenade attack. They're under hasty tactics, if I recall correctly. Hasty defense. Yep. So he is on the same card as an opponent unit and not undercover. Hasty tactics. 4 options. It's going to be a 4. Honestly, this was probably the best thing he could have done other than no action. He's going to attempt to make a grenade attack. The assault team is fucked. I mean, there's just no way around it. It just is what it is. So he's going to attempt a grenade attack. 1, 2. He did not get it, which means it's a missed grenade. Which actually affects both sides. So that means he is going to have a -4. And he's also affected by the crossfire. So -5 +1. He's at, yeah, he's at -4. He's at the max. He's going to get hit. But this guy is also -3 +1, so -2 overall. He's also probably quite fucked. Okay, that's everything. Capture, retreats, nothing. Nothing. Fire mission, no. Potential contacts, yes. Heavily engaged. 1 or 2. It's going to be 2. So it's where our squad is in the windbreak, and this is 2 cards because we're heavily engaged. 1, 2. No contact for our squad. We like that. I wouldn't even really be upset if it was on this card. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. No contact. See? Heavily engaged. This was the smart move. This was the smart play. You gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. And the egg in this case is an assault team. Why did I remove the squad? I don't know. I wasn't thinking I wanted to remove this. Okay. Then, of course, it is firing time. We'll start with the sniper. Maybe get some good news here and finally shut his ass down. He is, as mentioned, at +0. Let's draw it. Miss. For fuck's sake. I cannot get a bead on this guy. Okay. Next, let's do our assault team. As mentioned, -5. +1, -4. It's the worst possible. Hit. He's a line unit. He goes to a fire team. Well, that was certainly the best case scenario. He is pinned, of course, but still. Pretty incredible. Then this guy, minus 1, 2, 3, minus 2 overall. He is pinned. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice, but we'll take it. Okay, and then last but not least, our squad here with the minus 1 overall. Hit on a line unit, 1 paralyzed. So he's pinned, pulling the lat team, which is paralyzed, and pinned. Can be rallied, it's not the worst. Okay. That's everything. Clean up. Yeah, okay, I mean, it cleans up everything that I would want to clean up, so I can't be too upset. We're on turn 4. Well, I mean, we're hitting row 3 here now, so it's not too bad. We're like halfway. Oh, I forgot about this C. Oh, ooh, yeah, I completely forgot about that. That might affect things. It's only 1 card. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. Yeah, the heavy bolter would be really nice to get into play at some location. But it can't move while it's exposed. So it's really kind of a slow process to get it moved and get into position and set up and everything. And this hill location is getting to be less and less useful. However, we can call in a fucking artillery strike here now. And we might want to. We could also call in white phosphorus on a location that we're like thinking about moving to. Yeah, because it can target an unoccupied card or a card containing unspotted enemy units in order to screen friendly forces and movement. And you have, so smoke prevents line of sight out of a card. You can trace line of sight into but not through or out of cards with such markers. Rare instance where a line of sight is not reciprocal. So you can't trace line of sight through smoke. Which means that, like, in this case specifically, this wouldn't be a great card to do it. But there would be instances where, like, if you're about to take a hill or something, like when we move on to this card, this is not a bad one to try it on, if we were in position to do so, because since this is on a hill, if a package spawns at max line of sight / range, it's almost certainly going to be like here or here or here, you know? So I guess we wouldn't want to put it here, but if you put one here, but that's the problem, is there's no way of knowing. It's tricky. I have yet to find a real use for it compared to just like a smoke grenade or something. I might have to read a report about someone using white phosphorus fire emission for screening. All right. Well, anyways, event no. COHQ activates and gets 3 activations. Now, he can't activate that many things at this point. He can activate both the EXO. He cannot activate the first sergeant. He would have to move there. But I think it's probably maybe safe for him to do so. It is up on a hill. But it's quite unlikely now for something to be able to target this. Outside of a counterattack, which would really suck and basically just end the campaign, of course. So he's going to move there, and then he's going to activate the CO and first sergeant, and that'll be that. XO activates, gets 6. I like that. I guess that's the question. That's the question. Do I want to try to call an artillery fire mission on the Blighted Grove here? He is pinned. He might fall back. Odds are that he doesn't fall back. If we look at the pinned, right now he's on the same. Yeah, he's on this. So it's 4 and 5 out of 5. So I don't know what the math is on that. Whatever that is, 2/5. He has a 2/5 chance of falling back. That's assuming I keep the fire team there, which I could very well not, because of general initiative. I might call him back. He can move while pinned. So if we drop the fire team out of there, which would be sensible, he would just be pinned and out of cover, which would be this one. So he'd have only a 1 in 5 of falling back. So I think it's sensible. So yes, we're going to have the XO attempt to call in a fire mission with the RDFO. Just high explosive, classic. This is 2 cards. 1, 2. We did not get it. I'll fucking exhort. Okay, still didn't get it. That's alright. The first sergeant can attempt it as well. Yeah, and then I'm going to move the XO here. And then I'm going to spend... So that was... I had 6, right? 1, 2... I moved for that. Then I'm going to spend 1 to set up casualty collection, which is here. And then it's not an action. I can just dump off a casualty there since I'm here. So we evacuated a casualty. That's nice. It's good. It's good. Good for the Imperial Guard. Move. Set up connection. Okay, I've got 2 left. Where's 3rd platoon? Here, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna send this one here. And I'm gonna send this one here. Mobilize more troops, I guess. First sergeant activates, gets 5 more, up to 8. Okay, try to call in the fire mission again, of course. 1, 2. Oh, wait. We get 3 draw. Yeah. Whoops. There it is. Okay, so we got the fire mission. That's a -5. Pending fire mission here. Good. Then I could move the Artie Vox, I suppose. Once I back this guy off, he will... Well, it doesn't matter, because the fire mission will cut off line of sight for him, so he's not going to be shooting anything if I back him out. So it's just a question of where we want to put the Artie Vox. We could put him here. He would have line of sight on this card and this card. So when someone inevitably checks this, he might be able to call that in. So yeah, alright, send the Artie Vox here. Exposed. And we still have a lot of actions ourselves. I could move to the Blighted Grove and ship these guys up to 1st platoon, which is sensible. So let's do that. So that's 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 more. 1, 2, 3. What did I have? 9? 8? I think I had 8, maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Call, move. Call, call, move, 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 move. I have 5. I've used 5. So, yeah, I can't do anything else. That's it. Hold on 3. All right, first platoon activates himself. He gets nothing. He gets nothing. That is relatively unfortunate. He gets nothing. Okay, second platoon activates himself. He'll have something to do, too. Second platoon is actually under cover, so he's at 7. Um, well. This is still a fucking problem. Fuck it. I'm platoon moving. We're being aggressive here, man. Like, I'm not suffering massive casualties, so I'm not learning my lesson, which means I'm just gonna keep fucking doing it. All right, so we all move up for 2. Then I'm going to attempt to rally the squad here. So that's 2 cards trying to rally. 1, 2, got him. Paralyzed guy's still pinned, but that's fine. Then I'm gonna send in the squad. I'm gonna have him try to infiltrate in there. So that's 1 more. 1, 2, rally. Yep, infiltrate. 1, 2, got it. We're getting pretty damn lucky, I must say. Okay, excellent. Squad move, rally, infiltrate. I'm going to attempt to rally the... Okay, so this is now here. Technically they would be opening fire here, but that's fine. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna try to rally the paralyzed guy here. For 1, let's see. Squad move, rally, infiltrate. I already spent it. Yes, I was at 7, 6, 7, 7. Keeping track of this is something a little tricky. 1, 2 to platoon move, rally, infiltrate, and now I'm rallying again. 1, 2, got it. Nice. Okay, then... Yeah, just make them a litter team. Hold on 1. Okay, third platoon activates themselves. Gets 2. Um... Well, we are heavily engaged still for the moment. So I guess we'll continue to be relatively aggressive. I'd really hate to risk my heavy bolter, though. As much as I'd like to keep him on the move, I just don't think it's smart. So we're going to move here, and then I'm going to move 2, 3 lasgun up. Marking as both is exposed. And that is 2 actions. Done. General initiative 3. That's what I like to see. All right. I am going to fall back with the fire team, who is still pinned. He has to fall back to a friendly occupied card with no VOF, which would be any of these. So he falls back to the highest cover, which is going to be here. And he'll go undercover. He is now marked as exposed. Since that was the only unit on the card and it left, he follows the fire. Doesn't matter. It won't matter for long. Actually, it's all pinned. It will not matter for long. We still have crossfire, of course. I don't think there's any other modifiers in place. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's all correct. So that was one general initiative. Second one is going to be to find cover for probably these two. I think that's the most sensible. So first, this squad in the irrigation cut. 3 cards for basic cover. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Done and done. And then our squad up here in the windbreak. 4 cards for basic cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. All right. That helps. This fucking sniper, man. I just cannot get a beat on him. But I mean, he's not doing a whole lot. He's just being annoying. But yeah, I mean, we'd have to be pushing forward anyways, so it is what it is. Um, that's it for general initiative. I mean, they both found cover and we moved our guy. I mean, that was about as good a general initiative as I could hope for. There isn't really much else I would even do except... No, there isn't really much else I would do. All right. Enemy HQ. Yes, there is an enemy HQ event. That could mess up some stuff. It's going to be out of 10. That's a 3. Remove any renegade leaders on cards with no Militarm units. That would be no one. There are no leaders. I have never once seen an enemy leader on the field. Ever. I think they can come out in one of the packages. Yeah, here. 6. This has never happened. I've never gotten a 6. Because it only comes out on A packages, and it's a 1 in 10 chance, so it's just never happened. All right, then enemy activity check, 1 or 2. Okay, we'll start with the sniper, who's going to fall back. Once again, he's going to mark himself exposed. He's going to the highest one, because he cannot go out of line of sight, so he's going to go here. He's marked as exposed. Again, we've got a +0 on him, so there's a chance. There's a chance. With that, we are no longer heavily engaged. We're back down to engaged. This guy's gentleman is pinned, not under cover, which is a 1 in 5. And he's going to draw it. He gets a 2, which is going to be no action. He's just going to hope for the best and hope it all works out. He can't think about falling back. That would be crazy. That'd be crazy. What's that sound? What? What's the sound? What? Oh, good God. Yeah, because there's no captures, there's no retreats. So we update that, which immediately cuts off his line of sight, so that's no longer applicable. This is no longer applicable. And he's just really fucked now. Potential contacts. We have 1, 2 to resolve. So we will randomize it. This will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 2. It's going to be 1 up in the windbreak here on the hill. It's a B and we're engaged, so that's 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. No contacts. Very nice. And then this one. Kind of risky. Yep, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. No contact. Very lucky. Okay, I love it. I love to see it. Pinned recovery. Yes, you are no longer pinned. That's it. Then we resolve our hits. Let's go try for some good news on this stupid fucking sniper. +2, -2. He's got +0. Let's see it. He is pinned. Finally, we got him pinned. So now he will not go by his own activity chart. He will go off the pinned chart, which would be pinned, not undercover. But now we might be able to blow his ass up good. get the squad on there and do a grenade attack on his ass. And it's an A, but hey, I'd rather be on the A card under heavy activity or heavily engaged than not. So that's not a bad opportunity to clear the A. Technically, yes, I'm aware we don't have to clear this A, but I really want this fucking long las dead. All right, he fires though before that all happens. So we're looking at a delightful +0. Okay, thankfully he infiltrated. So +0 as well. Also pinned. Annoying, but not unexpected. You should probably expect pinned at the very least if you're at +0. This fucker. He has a lot bad stuff. -6 +2 is a -4. It's as bad as it gets. And he gets fucking pinned. Ugh, God. Yeah, I mean, there's just certain cards that are very fortunate. Very fortunate. On the flip side, this card is very beneficial for the hit thing. Like, it's all misses, no hits, all misses, almost all misses. But if you get this card on the damage, the hit effect, even if you're a veteran, you're picking up a casualty, which is mean. Jumping straight to casualty, even for a veteran. There aren't too many cards that do that. So kind of a flip-sided card there. Yeah, all right. We also used up one of our fire missions, so mark that. Okay, that's everything, so clean up. We're on turn 5 now. Yeah, and thankfully for this whole turn, he won't be exerting a PDF. So I think we're probably going to launch some grenades in there, missiles or something. We could try for another fire mission, but meh. We do have to get someone on this crop rows, though. Because we have to clear everything. Gotta clear fucking everything, man. Overall, I think it's going relatively well. One casualty, not too bad. All right, let's event. Yep, this is the shitter. 7 on our events. And we're on turn 5, yes. 7, move at least 1 unit forward to a row beyond the current lead militarum unit with a PC marker this turn. We get an XP for accomplishing this. We can't really refuse to do it, but we're not penalized if it's literally impossible for us to do it. Like, there's the one where it's the company command must spend its first 3 commands to send a report to the battalion. If I don't get 3 commands, like, I'm not penalized for not being able to do that. I'm already penalized enough. But if you can do it, you must do it, and then you get an XP. Whoop-de-doo. That's why I'm saying all these events are all just fucking negative. Negative or nothing. There's nothing positive in there. There could be, though, with the enemy events, because they could just, like, remove their HMGs from the map or something, which is kind of nice. But anyways, in this case, it is, well, yeah, so we have to get onto the A row this turn, which I had wanted to do anyways, and I think we're likely to do. The only issue is this guy is fucking 3rd platoon. How did he even get in there? I think I broke the rules. Or maybe I didn't. No, wasn't he here and I sent him up? And then I moved myself back or something? No, wasn't. No, I think I probably broke the rules. I probably broke the chain of command. I do that from time to time, which is why I really should highlight these. Oh, it does highlight the weapons teams as long as you assign it on the campaign manager. Well, that's damn handy. Yes, these should always stay highlighted. Then I will avoid breaking the chain of command. The RDFO is attached to first platoon as well. There you go. That will save some mistakes, I would imagine. Maybe. Not a guarantee, but it might help. For now, I'm letting it lie. I'm not reversing course. Thankfully, it's a board game, so it is what it is. All right, so COHQ activates himself, gets a whopping 2. Well, he can activate the... he can't activate the first sergeant. He can activate first platoon. He can activate... that's it. He can activate first platoon. Oh, he can also... no, the Artie Vox doesn't have a... no, Artie Vox does not carry a fucking TACnet radio. I mean, our radio's in such short supply. Give the goddamn artillery team a radio. Let me talk to him. I can command the mortar section, though. I do have line of sight on the mortar section, so I could order them forward. It's not super beneficial or anything, but I can do it. It's either that or I throw the 2-2 las gun forward, but that's less... I care less about that. Also, yeah, the heavy bolter is under second command, so I don't know why third platoon has been moving it at all. I think third platoon moved it, but maybe I'm not sure now. All right, we're gonna move the mortar section forward because it has a radio. Why not? Why not? Why doesn't everybody have a radio? This is the fucking military, you know, it's the Imperial Guard. Give everyone a radio. But all right, fine. And then we activate first platoon and hope they can do something nice. First platoon activates, gets 5. All right. I don't really love it, but we're gonna do it. I'm gonna send 1-1 in here. Quite exposed, I must say. We're really hoping for the best there. That's 1. Then I'm gonna have the first missile team, the veteran missile team. They're gonna call for a grenade attack on this card. What does that mean, activate AT? Oh, for anti-tank. Yeah, no, I got you. We've not really covered that much. Right, so no, he's just calling for grenade attack. So 3 cards, a 1, a 2, a 3. I'll exhort. Got it. Nice. That was worth it. What did I have? 5? So I exhorted, so technically 2. Okay, that's fine. Then we get a grenade. Nice big grenade. Grenade. No, not there. Grenade. Which is a -4. Not quite as good as the artillery, but we'll take it. I'm gonna hold. We'll hold. XO activates himself and gets 1. Fuck if I know what you're gonna do, man. You may as well try to get in the Jeep at some point. We can drive over these, no problem. I could go to the Hamlet in 1 turn. But then from the Hamlet, I guess I can drive through here and get to here in 1 turn. You know, there's a little potential maneuverability. Sure. Sure, maybe. Maybe. Then the first sergeant activates. He's got 4 total. It's a question of... Question of, does he want to do anything with the Artie Vox? Not especially. I wouldn't know where to move him exactly. So I guess I'm going to move here for one. And then I'm going to... I'll send 3-2 Lasgun here. Which is risky now. This whole card is going to come under fire. This incoming is going to go away. And he will open fire. I mean, it'll be all pinned at +2, but it's still... Anytime you're drawing a card, it's a risk. But I think second platoon is hopefully going to move out of there. And get to better places. Probably squad move here. But then this guy has to activate under general initiative. And he has to both rally himself and move here. But I could squad infiltrate here with second platoon and then maybe send one of them up here, which would be good. That solves all of our problems. All right, anyways, that was 2 actions from First Sergeant. I don't think there's really much else he needs to do or wants to do. He could command any of these guys, but no, I don't think so. I think you're holding. Second platoon activates himself and gets 3 more. That's excellent. That's exactly what I wanted. So second platoon is going to squad infiltrate into cover. So they each get 2 draws. Well, yeah, they all each get 2 draws. Okay, starting with the HQ. 1, 2. How many did I have? 4? No, I just drew 5. No, 3. Yes, right, 3. And okay. So I had 4. Right, so I spent 2 to squad infiltrate. Dare I exhort? No. We just need one of these guys to be successful. So our platoon HQ is exposed. Then the squad, 1, 2, got it, excellent, that's very good. And then the missile, 1, 2. I'm not going to exhort. No, because I want to save that for the squad. All right, we have a PDF here. Okay, then I'm going to spend 1 to have the squad infiltrate onto this card. 1, 2, exhort. No, damn. Well, hopefully he finds some cover on there. He's exposed. There's small arm fire here. This PDF stays. Yes, I have to call for a ceasefire if we want that. Which third platoon could fire off the aerial. It's not a bad idea. We don't benefit. He does not generate crossfire from within the card, so we're not really benefiting from this being here and shooting my guy. But this moves here. Okay. That's it for second platoon. So third platoon activates himself. 1. 1. Well, there's not really much else I need for him to do. So I guess, yeah, he'll fire off the flare. So that's used. Right. So then this ceases fire. This all stays. No, nothing ceases fire here. They all have valid targets, so they're all shooting. Technically, he is also shooting into this card. Which is unfortunate, because then he won't shoot at anything that spawns because of this contact. But it is what it is. Alright, that's everything. Enemy events, no. Enemy activity, we got 2 checks. 1 up top, 2 on the shit card. Okay, it's the shit card covered in... I mean, this guy's so boned. He still hasn't been hit, but he's pretty boned. He's still pinned, not undercover. So it's 5 options. 5. He is going to now fall back. He falls back to the highest cover. There's no breaking line of sight, so it's the highest cover. It's random between these two. We would really prefer it to be this, because they'll open fire on him then. Actually, they'll open fire no matter what. They're on a hill, and this is open. So no matter where he goes, they'll open fire. Good. So 1 or 2? It is 1. Okay, so he and his little pinned marker move here. He is going to fire. He's going to fire at these guys, which is not something I really accounted for, but it's what's happening. So he's firing an all pinned, which could still be bad. Could still be bad. They're exposed, even, you know. So yeah, it's a +3, but anytime you're drawing a card on your fucking HQ, it feels bad. Also, I rarely remember, but if your HQ is under a VOF of any kind, well, not any kind. No. If it's all pinned, they don't get penalized, but if it's at least small arms, they do get -1 to their command draw. But okay. Right, and then they open fire. Also, ammo usage. This guy has been using ammo. At least 1. But otherwise, no. This autocannon's never moved, and the heavy bolter has never been involved in anything. Yeah, it works out that way with these big maps and these slow units. Just organizing everything's tough. Also, he's exposed. Fortunately for him, he's in the gully. So we are only exerting small arms. So he's got +2, +3, minus, so he's got a +1. Yeah, it's unlikely he'll stay pinned. We'll see what happens. Then this guy, enemy activity. He is pinned, so now he will do the pinned activity, of which this is no longer the correct VOF. It should be all pinned. And he's going to do the pinned and not under cover thing. Same thing. 5 options. It's a 2, so no action. So it's just the sniper just having a... He's trying to quick scope my squad or something, you know, whatever. He's not doing a very good job of it, I would imagine. But you never know. He might get a hit. It's always possible. +2. Whereas he has +3. I believe this is all correct. We're going to have to pop another flare to cease fire here. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, that's enemy activities. No captures, no retreats. This gets removed. Potential contacts, we have 2. We go in alphabetical order if possible, so it's this A first. We are still heavily engaged, thankfully. So that's A, heavily engaged, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Cleared. Very nice. Then this B is only, what, 2 cards? 1, 2, contact, damn it. Contact in the blasted crop rows where he's exposed is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Draw to 10. It's a 2 on the Bs. That is, of course, incoming. Artillery -4 with no spotter, or mortar -3 with a spotter in foxholes. 1 or 2, it's going to be the mortar. Well, the positive side is it's only a -3. The unfortunate side is that it comes with a fucking spotter. I don't know why there's... Okay. Spotter is going to be located in front, but it can't be located in front because there's already an enemy unit there. Except that it could be, because that is within line of sight. Technically, he could be up on a hill one further, so I do have to draw. Not, so he's here. So we have in a foxhole a mortar spotter. Here. Unspotted, of course. They are doing their shitty mortar concentration thing here. Oh, this is incoming immediately. Yes, of course. I mean, he's pretty fucked. The squad's pretty fucked. He then has 3 missions, drawing 3 cards for the 2nd and 3rd mission. So we're gonna grab Mortar FM. Boop. He's got 2 left. Great. And he will continue to try calling in mortars here every turn, unless there's no unit there, in which case he will switch priorities to something worse. Something potentially worse. Thankfully, he's not in a really good position for much other line of sight. He can see these 3 cards. And the mortar or spotter activity check. He will, much like the sniper, he will not just leave. Yeah, he won't just leave until he's out of fire missions. So we really just want to spot him and kill him or pin him or, you know, something like that. But I think even pinned, he still does his shit. He's not... Oh, no, he will use the pinned hierarchy. Okay, good. Well, not good. I would have preferred this didn't happen, but it happened, so let's deal with it. Or we don't have to. As long as we take these 2 cards, we win. Eventually. Eventually. Okay, no pinned recovery, as far as I'm aware. So, combat effects. Let's start with our own squad. +4, -2 is a +2. Draw. Hit. Why do I always draw the shitty ones, and then they get the amazing, there's like, oh yeah, I'll miss. -4, miss. Amazing, wow. Okay, our squad got hit. It's a line unit. Yep, it's a line unit. So fire team and casualty. Okay, so that means we have 2 fire teams here. The squad itself is gone. Squad itself is gone, and we have 2 fire teams. Where are my fire team? There you go. And a casualty. Fucking all pinned fire from a sniper. Did that kind of damage. Alright, and he's in a much more fortunate position. He's at +3, which, you know, in this case would have just pinned him. Now it's just going to miss him, so he's no longer pinned. Good God, I cannot deal with this stupid fucking sniper. The really annoying thing is we added this card here now, so he will actually fall back to that card. As far as I understand. I'll have to double check the fallback of just... because we're at the limit of advance, but that's not the limit of the map. He falls off if he's at the edge of the map. Is if at their edge of the map or beyond the left or right boundaries. There is no... I mean, this is the edge of the map right now, but now we've extended it here. So yes, because we spawned that, because I had to check for this stupid fucking mortar spotter. And you have to check. Those are the rules, because it could have been a hill. You have to check. Because of that, he can now fall back there, and then we're still up shit creek. And evacuating both of these fire teams off of this card is going to be really tough. But if we did, somehow, he would fall back here, and then we'd never have to see him ever again. Because all we care about is these 2 cards. But there's just a lot of ifs. Alright, that was all that. Here, he's got +2, +3, -2. So he's at +1 overall. Miss, of course. I'm drawing... it's just perfect unluck of just bullshit. I draw all good cards for the enemy and all bad cards for me, so that's great. I mean, yeah. I mean, this one upset me the most. That's such bullshit. So he's no longer pinned. Great. And then we have to draw all this shit. Let's start with our HQ. We got +3, +5. He's got +3 overall. Pinned, of course. No surprises there. Our squad, who was pinned, +3, +4, +6 overall, +6. Miss. So he's no longer pinned. Then the missile team, also exposed, so +5, +3. Miss. Okay, good. Not pinned. Before I forget, this gets updated to be small arms. He's an AS, so he's only automatic on his own card, which I probably forgot earlier, but yeah, there you go. Also, before I forget, this is now back to being sniper fire. And this is all pinned. Okay, correct. Here are the mortar team. Horribleness. -5, so -4. Hit on the line squad. Litter and casualty. Great. Litter and casualty. This is now getting worse. We've lost 2 squads. Both... oh yeah, first squad, first platoon, first squad, second platoon. The litter team is pinned. Also, you would not have been shooting into that card. Here, nothing really happens except the autocannon uses up another ammo. And that's everything. Fuck. Clean up. Damn it. I mean, we're kind of close, but also not really in a great position. We're very spread out, which you kind of want to be, but also you don't really want to be, because the command structure, and you only have so much general initiative, and so on and so forth. Fuck me, man. Alright, events. Oh, of course there's an event, because, yeah, I need to make my life harder. 8. Move at least one unit forward to ignore if already on row 5. Okay, well, we already ignore, so ignore it. COHQ activates and gets a whopping 2. Well, you can activate first platoon, and there wouldn't be much reason not to do so. I can't activate anybody else, including the mortar section now. Well, the XO. Sure. Activate first platoon and the XO. The XO draws, gets 4. Okay. Now, can I load a unit as I'm traveling with the vehicle? Have the vehicle perform an embark action during the command phase. Any number of units in the same area of the card as the vehicle may embark as part of the same action. Okay. So this will have to be a 2-step process, but I think that's what we'll do. So he's going to activate the Torox and then embark. And that's his 2 actions. And we'll wait. First platoon activates, gets 3 more, so up to 5. Well, first platoon is going to call for a ceasefire. I told you, it's the only one I really care about. So ceasefire, 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 ceasefire. That was one action. Yeah, I mean, we gotta just move, I guess. We gotta move. I really don't like that. I mean, units on this card can potentially spot the mortar, but I'd almost rather just avoid it and just not bother. But maybe I'll send the first sergeant in at this point. Try to infiltrate and spot him. We're squad moving. So that means that we do now open fire here. So that upgrades to automatic weapons, and I'm sure I've got a crossfire here. Okay, that's something. I could call for a grenade attack as well to really put a bee in his bonnet, and I'm mighty tempted to do so. We squad moved for 2. I'll do a missile attack with my veteran squad. 1, 2, 3. Triple. Doesn't mean anything for the third one, but still, hey, a critical grenade is always nice to see, even though he has no cover. It's just comforting. Good. We like that. Then his last action, I suppose, could be to find some cover for himself, if nothing else. Sure, we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. No cover. Fine. What's the worst that could happen? Good. Then the first sergeant activates and gets 1, so he's got 3. I mean, his life is, well, not forfeit or anything, but fuck it. He's going to try to infiltrate in here. He gets 3 draws. 1, 2, 3, infiltrated. Then he's going to try to spot this spotter, which is slim. He gets +1 because he's a veteran. But the spotter is undercover and a forward observer. And has +3. So really, we get 1 card. So that was my infiltrate. This is my spot attempt. 1 card. And fuck it, I'm exhorting. No. Great. Well, maybe he won't manage to call in a mortar attack. It's possible. Next, the second platoon activates themselves and gets 2. Second platoon. Well, I'm pinned, which means I can't communicate with anybody. Right? I don't have any verbal, visual communication, which I often forget about. I'll just warn you or let you know. I very often forget that rule. So I guess the only thing he really can do is attempt to rally himself for 2 cards. 1, 2, he rallies. So now he can communicate with the missile team here. I guess that's the question, is do I want to... Should I just send the missile team somewhere? Probably. I'm gonna send the missile team here. We gotta keep clearing. I mean, I don't want any more contacts. We kind of have enough, but that's what we're doing. Third platoon activates themselves, gets 2 more, so 3. Where the fuck? What the fuck is third platoon doing? Okay, well. Yeah, okay. Let's move the mortar section and yourself under this cover for 2. And then I could move 2, 3 las guns somewhere. I don't really want an exposed target here. I could have him try to infiltrate into cover, though. If I congregate these 2 here, then I can move him here next turn and command all 3s. So I guess we'll try to infiltrate you here into cover. What could possibly go wrong? 1, 2. Hey, infiltrated. Double infiltrate. Nice. That's it for third platoon. Done. Well, everyone's... I mean, we're using up actions. We're finding uses for shit. General initiative. 2. Well, that's a good question, I suppose. White phosphorus on this card. That's kind of tempting. That's pretty damn tempting. Yeah, let's attempt a white phosphorus fire mission here. It's drawing 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Well, we got the battalion fire mission on that, which means, yes, we can drop white phosphorus on that and 2 adjacent cards. That worked out quite amazingly well, I must say. So it's a -3. No, it's a -4. It's a -4 fucking fire mission. White phosphorus. So we're dropping that here. And here, and here. Now, these fire teams are fairly fucked, but let's be honest, they were pretty fucked no matter what. Well, no, he's gonna fall back. Put it here. Ho ho ho. Now it is you that is fucked. Because we can put it on unoccupied cards. He has to fall back to this card. There's no variability here. He has to fall back onto that card. So we can catch him. Damn sniper. Just like Ed Harris in Enemy at the Gates. Just getting caught. Just getting caught out in the open. That's not where a sniper wants to be. Good job, artillery. We thank you for all you do. That was 1 general initiative. And it kind of solved most of my problems. Because it's going to cut off line of sight everywhere here. There's not going to be any line of sight from the enemies. So then the biggest priority would be this guy and keeping him kind of protected. So either searching for cover... Yeah, searching for cover. He can't do anything else. So, alright, 3 card draw. 1, 2, 3. No cover. I did what I could. Maybe it'll be nothing. Maybe it'll be nothing. Then we move on to enemy HQ event. Nope. Then enemy activity. We have 1, 2, 3. A shuffle 2. It's the sniper. He is spotted with enemies in line of sight, so he falls back to the only option possible. He becomes exposed. We follow his fire. It's still all pinned, and he's still shooting at us with sniper fire for the moment. Then we have 1, 2. 2, so it's this guy. He is under fire from a direction not of his own PDF. No. Sorry. This takes priority. He's under fire, but not under cover. So he is going to do the hasty tactics here. 5 options. It's a 2, which is move into or seek cover. There is no cover here, so he's going to attempt to find some. 3 draws for basic cover. 1, 2, 3. He did find some. Maybe it'll save his life. He's been under a lot of shit. It's amazing he's still uninjured. And unpinned. Like, what the fuck? Anyways. Then last but not least, the mortar spotter. Unfortunately, yes, he still can call in a fire mission, and he will prioritize this as long as there's units here. So he is going to draw. He gets 3 cards for his second mission. So 1, yep, 2, 3. Now, they never get the battalion effect, but yes, he is Our first sergeant is not in a good spot and probably is fucked. He's a veteran, though, thankfully. He might be able to survive. But the litter team, yeah, not good. Had we rallied him, he could have retreated with the casualty, which would have been really smart. I probably should have done that instead of searching for cover here, now that I think about it. Can I retcon? Can I retcon? And the only way I would retcon is if I remembered what my draws were. It probably was a rally. Ah, that would have been so much smarter. God damn it. It's too late. All right, so that ticks down to 1 fire mission left. Good for you. Good for you, guy. That's all the enemy activities. Captures and retreats. None. None. Unfortunately. He would, but he's pinned. Okay, then AT movements. He's just gonna move here and then get dumped off. Become exposed. Then this flips. This flips. This flips. This flips. Cutting off lots of line of sight. Line of sight here. Line of sight here. That would be it. No line of sight there. That's all good. Then pinned recovery. Yep, they are no longer pinned. Which means that they do now open fire here. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't change anything. Yep. That's all good. That's all quite good. Funnily enough, we would have preferred this grenade to miss now. Well, no, I guess that... I don't know what happens if there's a tie there, but since this is a crit and ignores cover, I'm counting it. And it ignores cover. So bad for him. Okay. Then, no pin. Oh, yeah, PC. Yes, we have one here. So we are not heavily engaged. We're currently engaged with a B card, which means 3 draw. 1. Yep. 2, 3. Okay. Another B contact that I risked. 10 to B2. Fucking incoming. God damn it. All right. Artillery or mortar. It's another mortar team. Now, I don't know, actually. I think they each have their own numbers. Shit. I'm pretty sure they have their own numbers. Okay, so it's another -3 incoming. We check for direction. It's to the front. So it's here, but it could be, of course, on a hill. It is not, so he's here. So it's another mortar spotter. In a foxhole, yep. Great. With 2 more fire missions. Here. And unspotted, of course. Unspotted. And we place another mortar concentration here, I believe. That's really unfortunate. This mission was going very, very smoothly for about the first half, and now it is very much fallen apart, which I suppose is often the case when you go from C's to B's to A's, but goddamn, there's been unfortunate luck. We were very lucky in the first half. Okay, that's all the PCs, so that's done. And now we do combat effects, starting here. He's got -6 + 2 for a -4. What the fuck? Honestly, like, what the fuck, right? I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, insanely, at the very least, because we maxed it out at -4, it's a pin. But good God. Like, it's just the way that I need to start counting cards or something. I need to start just being like, okay, this one's going to be a bad one, so I should give it to the enemy. I know it. I've counted it all out. What the fuck are the odds of that? Do you know how many, like, if I search through this whole deck, do you know how many ones are a pin on a -4? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a miss. That would be the worst. 5. Yeah. Okay. So 5 out of the 36 cards left in this deck are pin on a -4. Like, the odds of that, I mean, I get it. It's like a 1 in 6 that it didn't really affect him or didn't hurt him. But it's just the combination of factors that this sniper started, like, where didn't he start, like, here? He started like here. He has crawled back across this entire map and never been hit once. Insane. I've dropped multiple artillery on this asshole. Anyways, moving on. The mortar Vox here. He has +4, -4. So he's got +0. Pinned. We just can't kill anything. We're just not in the business of killing. We're being very careful. We don't want to hurt anyone. He's pinned, so at least he follows the pinned hierarchy. But what the fuck, man? Then here, he's at -4, -5, -5. He ignores his cover from that, so he just has the +1. So -4. Oh yeah, I was gonna shuffle this, but anyways, it's hit. Good. Hit on a line unit, 1 casualty. Well, it's something at the very least. There's your casualty. Except, yeah, it's gonna pull that, and I want it to pull this. There's your casualty. So he's still a functioning unit, but he is pinned as well. Okay, then this fun mortar section. +1, -5, so -4. Maybe I'll get pinned. Oh no, I got hit. It is a line unit. Littered. Goodbye, missile team. Littered. Pinned. Okay, then this shit show as well. -2 overall for our litter team there. Hit. Wow, he actually converts back to a fire team. That's pretty lucky. Still pinned, though. First sergeant, it's a -3. Of course, hit. Veteran, he gets paralyzed. Which means, yeah, he's just no longer a first sergeant. He will get bumped back to green after this. Where were we here? Littered. Also pinned. Fucking hell, this has gone so south. And I know part of it is just strategy. Part of it, I should have rallied the litter team there. Although he did get bumped up to a fire team, so I can't be too upset. Part of it is strategy. Part of it is placement, which actions, which units, blah, blah, blah. But there is RNG. There is randomness. The fact that this sniper is still uninjured is fucking randomness, and I don't care what you say about it. I can't do more than -4. I can't do more than -4 multiple times onto a one-step unit. After that, it's just RNG. All right. That's everything resolved. We're up to turn 7. We still have not taken either objective. Okay. Event. Nope. HQ activates. Gets 4. I don't know what the fuck you're going to do. You're going to activate the XO, of course. For whatever good that does me. You're going to activate first platoon. You have line of sight on him. So there's that. Then I suppose I could move in again. I could have the Artie Vox attempt to call in another white phosphorus mission on the... Well, they're all pinned, so I don't really care that much. I guess he'll just move here. I don't know. Oh, I guess he had 2, so he'll bring the las gun with him. Okay, XO activates, gets 5 up to 7. He's not going to do that much. We can only load... We can't even load that much into this Jeep, can we? We can't load a full squad, so this was kind of dumb. But I could take an assault team with me. We can load 2 steps in here, so sure, he'll peel off a squad from 2-1 for 1. He'll load him up in the Torox for 2, and he'll load himself for 3. Oh, and then we'll activate the Torox. Done. Okay. And we'll try to get somewhere relatively quickly. I don't know if it's better than just fucking moving ourselves, but sure. Next, the first platoon activates. Gets a nice fat 6. We need to decide what the hell we're doing. I think we're hoping second platoon resolves this. But second platoon there can't command these 2. So it has to be third platoon resolving that. And second platoon is basically just falling back to pick up another squad for himself. He can't do much else other than try to spot the mortar team. At a certain point, it is more beneficial for me to just try to deal with these things. So maybe I should really just squad move here. You lose crossfire. I got one grenade, and I can only shoot it at close range, so I can't hit him with the grenade. I can attempt to concentrate fire, I suppose. But that's not really going to do that much. And that would use up all my autocannon ammo. So that was 2. He's going to try to spot the mortar team for 1. And he's a veteran now, of course. No, he's a line. All right, 2. Is it? No, it probably is 1, isn't it? Yeah, he's undercover. It's a 1. So he's going to try to do 1. He doesn't get it. Then he'll try to have the missile team spot for 1. And no. Then he'll try to have the autocannon spot. Got him. Okay. Then yeah. Fuck it. Last action. Shift fire. Putting the automatic weapon fire here. It's not much, but at least it's fire. It's something. Okay, then the first sergeant activates himself. For whatever damn good this does me, because... Oh, the first sergeant doesn't exist anymore, that's right. Second platoon activates themselves and gets 2. But second platoon is undercover, so he gets +1 to 3. Yeah, as I mentioned, he's not really going to do much. He can't command any troops here. So, there's no spotting left to be done. There's nothing else he can do. So, no, he's going to move back. It's fucking risky at this point. But, maybe we need some risky. So, he's going to send this guy to infiltrate. He got 3. Yeah, okay. So, 1 to move, 1 to send him to infiltrate. 1, 2, and I may as well exhort, because I could get this to a fire team, I suppose. Nah, I'd rather exhort. Nope. Okay, so you are exposed. But you do at least open fire, getting us crossfire. Okay. Except he does not, because there's no line of sight out of this card. Right. Makes me question why the fuck I did that. I guess I'm hoping that he recovers and then he retreats. But it still was quite dumb. This is going to be a very painful thing for... I mean, it's just mistakes. Well, not necessarily. I think we're hoping third platoon moves here and then sends a troop onto here. And his priority... He will prioritize the target marker still. Yeah, well, we'll just see what happens. Third platoon activates themselves and gets 3. He's also undercover, so 4. Alright, we're going to squad move under this cover. That cost me 2. Then I suppose I'm going to... He doesn't care if there's a unit on it. All he cares if he's pinned or if he has fire missions. That's it. So I can cease fire and send in a squad, or I could peel off an assault team and send that in, but not cease fire. I mean, someone could fire off a flare during general initiative, but we always have a billion things to do in general initiative, so your guess is as good as mine. Also, not worrying about general initiative, I guess I could send in a squad and then have them... No, they can't do a grenade attack. That has to be during general initiative. Alright, fuck it. Just send in a squad. Try to get him to infiltrate, I suppose. One... Wait a minute, why am I drawing... They can't infiltrate. There's no VOF. Oh, there is a VOF. Yes, there is. 1, 2, no infiltrate. Okay, that was one, and then my last one will be to cease fire. In which case... Well, no, I guess it would be a shift fire. They're back to shooting at this guy, which... Good planning, Mangg. Real good planning there. Yeah, so this is small arms, but we're hoping it's going to be a grenade. You never know. And then this is back to being automatic weapon fire. So on and so forth. That's everything. So now general initiative. One fucking thing. I guess it's going to be him trying to do a grenade attack on this mortar spotter. It's 2 cards, and we're hoping for this symbol right here. It's big grenade, and I'm sure I'll see it right now. 1, 2. No, I get double infiltrates now. Okay, so that means it's a miss grenade, which affects... Well, it's a modifier, and there's no VOF here other on my las gun, so... you are exposed. I don't know why I didn't mark that, but it doesn't matter. He's not a shooter. So it's +2 -1 for the... You know, it's possible I'll pin him. It's possible. But he's definitely calling in another mortar spot here. Alright. That's everything for me. Enemy HQ? Nope. Enemy activity. We have a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the order. It's going to be 2. So it's going to be this unspotted, pinned mortar spotter. So he is pinned in cover. Pinned undercover, 4 options. It's a 4, so he is going to fall back. He can only fall back to 1 card. It's the same thing. So he falls back to 1 card. Thankfully, he can never be... An unspotted unit can never be on the card of a spotted unit. So he becomes spotted as he does so. He also becomes exposed. I don't know why I moved the foxholes. So that's what he's got. And he does not call in another fire mission. I think that worked out fairly well. Next, we have 1, 2, 3. 3. So it's this guy. He is pinned undercover. Same thing. So it's going to be the same 4 options. It's a 1, which is no action. So he just sits. Fine. Next is the sniper, still at 1 or 2. It's 1. So it's the sniper, pinned, not undercover, which is 5 options. 4. Pin, no, he's going to try to rally. 1, 2. He does not rally. We would have preferred for him to fall back. Yes, 100%. So he will open fire then on our teams here, but it'll be all pinned fire. So it's not too bad. Last but not least, the mortar spotter here is going to try to call in a fire mission here, which is 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. He got it twice, of course. So this becomes pending again, and we're fucked. We were really hoping to avoid that. Our luck just cannot muster again, really. It's just bad upon bad. Now, had I not moved the squad there, I guess I wouldn't have cared. Which makes you really question why I moved the squad there. I think I was hoping for the crossfire benefit and assuming that he wouldn't call in the fire mission, but that was dumb. We should have just let this litter team get blasted to hell and back. Probably would have just ended up paralyzed anyways, so whatever. But it's done now, so that's that. That's the end of enemy activity. Capture and retreat. Certainly no captures, that's for damn sure. No retreats that I'm aware of. Okay, then it's AT and vehicles. So this gets to move now. It can move here, no problem, and then it can move here and stop. And then it disembarks these two, and they're exposed. Done. Then, of course, fire mission updates. This gets removed. That's not applicable. This gets removed. This gets removed. This gets removed. This flips. What that means is this now becomes here with all pinned on these guys. This guy also opens fire. He'll prioritize, I believe, the most steps. 611. Most friendly step. Yep. So he's going to shoot upon them, which is a hell of a lot of targets getting shot at. I guess we were just expecting him to fall back, but that was really a dumb expectation. So, yeah, even though this is a +2, we know how our luck goes, and we know that someone is dying here, and this is really dumb. I continue to be very dumb at this game. Okay, great. That's that. Then pinned recovery, which would be here. And that's it. That's it. Then combat effects. Starting with here. He's pinned, so he has a +1 total. Let's draw the +1 total. It's a pin. He's still pinned. The sniper has +3 total. Pinned. Still pinned, yeah, okay. Next, these two, they have +4 total, starting with the top one. +4, pinned. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. All right, the other one, +4 total. Miss, not pinned. And there's that at least. Okay, this guy has +2. Also, he's down to 1. +2 minus, so he has +1 total. Miss. Of course it's a miss. There's no surprise there. We always get unlucky. Then this guy, he has +4 minus 1 only, so +3 total. Miss, of course, so he's no longer pinned. Then just an insane shit show of bad stuff. They're all exposed. So it's +4, which is pretty good, but not a guarantee of anything, as we know. And that's kind of the point, I suppose. The HQ +4, miss, good. The missile team +4, pinned. Autocannon, +4. Miss. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, these guys are all... No, the lasgun was here. Let's do the lasgun then. He has +5. Miss. Okay. 3rd Platoon HQ has +3. Miss. Okay, and last but not least, the mortar section, which has the same +3. Pinned. Of course the mortar section gets pinned. The one thing that I would want to just bombard this guy with. Alright, and then we got a couple more. +2, -3, -1 on the litter team. Pinned still, of course. And squad 3-2 has... I don't know, -4. The worst hit on the squad. Paralyzed litter. So there's another squad that has been scrambled. Really not looking good. Paralyzed. So we have 1 fire team, 1 litter, and 1 paralyzed. Okay, and they are all of them pinned as well. And that's everything. God. This video is really running a bit too long. I knew that the second mission takes a long time, but I thought with TTS and moving kind of fast, it would be faster, but yeah, we also just haven't been doing well, so it's been slow. Also, I forgot to resolve this, which would be, we'd be heavily engaged because of the mortar spotter. It's an A, so that would have been 3. 1, 2, 3. It would have been a contact. I've already scuffed this completely now. Whoops. We're drawing from the A, 10, 10, 10. It's a 10 on the A package. Autogun, base of fire. Belt-fed autogun team with 6 belted ammo out of cover. At maximum line of sight range. Will they fire upon... Will they fire upon a friendly on placement? It's never happened before, I guess. Cannot place a package on a card, which is a long PDF. Another enemy, or if it has an enemy VOF marker. Enemy units will open fire on a jointly occupied card in order to fire on the unit which triggered it. Great. Yes, so we would have to resolve that. It's alright. Placement is a 4, so it's straight ahead, of course. So that's a belt-fed autogun team. Right. Is that not just this? What is special about this squad? What is this called? Base of fire LMG with 6 ammo out of cover. Spotted at max line of sight. Okay. Okay, so it's just sort of like they just rushed in to lay down fire on me. So they're out of cover with 6 ammo. Okay, that probably would have modified something. Because this would be now automatic fire on both of us. It probably would have modified something, but I'll just leave it. It's shit, though. It's very shit. I guess I gotta leave it off here. This just took too long. We'll have to pick this up next time. When I did this in my other campaign, I didn't find this mission that bad, like, almost at all. Like, I took some hits, of course, like, it's extremely difficult to not take some hits, but I recall ending it and being very pleased going into the 3rd mission. So it's kind of a crapshoot. I mean, you just never know what to expect, which I will admit is a massive part of the appeal of this game. Of just like dealing with each situation tactically as it comes up, and you just gotta maneuver and deal with it how you can. Um, but yeah, sometimes when the RNG just continues to fuck you, it feels painful. It feels very painful. Um, we're close to. I mean, this is now resolved. We do have to secure this card though, and we still have to reveal this. But we're close, and I guess if we clean up, it's now turn 9. So we really only have to survive a couple more turns. Like, we're gonna win. That's not really in question. We're gonna win. It's just how much are we gonna limp into mission 3? Thankfully, I think they kind of account for this, because mission 3 is a combat patrol mission. And you actually do 3 separate combat patrols on the same map, one with each of your platoons individually. And so basically, it's an opportunity for each platoon to get XP, like a decent amount of XP. So it's kind of there specifically to like patch up your team and get a lot of, at least line units if you suffered massive casualties, if not veteran units out of your platoons. So, in that other game, it was kind of redundant. I mean, it was all right. I was able to make basically my entire army into veterans thanks to those patrol missions, but it also was like, I didn't really need this. And I thought, well, I'll just probably skip these patrol missions in the future, because you can just skip missions if you want. But now I think, yeah, we'll probably be doing those patrols. We've got to train up a new army of recruits again after this. But yeah, so we'll win. It's just going to be not a pretty victory. But overall, so far, I'm quite pleased with the 40k conversion. I mean, it's still Fields of Fire, so it's still damn good. But yeah, it feels. There's a little bit of that 40k feel to it. Just, looking over the tokens and looking at the guns and calling in the las guns and, this fucking long las sniper and stuff. Like, it definitely, I don't get immersed in a World War II feeling entirely anymore. I've got the 40k feel going on, so that's nice. And it'll become even more so once I start throwing in orcs and shit. So we can look forward to that. For now, though, my name is Mangg. This has been Fields of Fire. We'll see you fine folks in the next part.